back to my channel, everybody. We're gonna go straight into the heart of the holidays today. In fact, we're gonna make one of the best appetizers that I've actually never made, but I know it's gonna be delicious because I've adapted it from my garlic bread recipe. We're gonna make a garlic crescent baked brie today. It's garlicky and cheesy, all wrapped in a beautiful crescent roll with a little bit of an egg wash, a little bit of a drizzled garlic butter situation. I mean, there's no way this is not gonna be good. So this is gonna be really easy to make. I'm gonna wing it, but I feel confident that this recipe is gonna be a really, really good one. Let's get into it. One thing about me, if a recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic, I'm gonna put 6, okay? It's the Italian in me. It is just garlic makes everything better. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna mince up all 6 cloves. I am also then going to separate it because what we're gonna do is put this garlic situation on top of the brie first, wrap our brie in the crescent, and then we're gonna bake it, and then we're gonna make the butter topping. By the way, we are preheating our oven to 375 degrees while you're doing all the prep. Just like lime juice, fresh is always better. Yes, you can get the jarred minced garlic that's all ready to go, but you're gonna get so much more beautiful fresh flavor if you use fresh garlic. Okay, almost done. This is the part, man, I should have made a cocktail to go along with this. This is taking too long. And after 10 years of slicing up all that garlic, we're finally ready to move on to the next part. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna grab our brie, and you wanna do this while you still have your knife out and your cutting board out. I want you to unwrap it, and then we're gonna score it. Whenever you are making any sort of baked brie, you always wanna score it. I'll show you how to do that and what that means, because it gets all that beautiful flavor to seep into the brie, just making it even more delicious. So we just have an 8.5 ounce brie right here. It's the perfect size for this, not too little, not too big. And this is what I'm going to do right here. You're gonna take the tip of your knife and you're going to make some lines. You wanna kind of get in there, make it kind of a deep cut. Lines going across, and then flip your brie and go the other direction. Really excited about this. Okay. Now we go on to the butter. Now I have in the instructions, because allegedly this is gonna work the way I think it's gonna work, we're gonna use about 1.5 tablespoons or so onto this brie directly, and then we're gonna melt the rest of this. So I'm just gonna kind of spread this across. This does not have to be melted. It'll melt when it's in there, just like this. Okay, next up, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of this garlic. I'm just eyeballing, guys. There's no science here. I'm gonna do a little bit of Italian seasoning. It maybe would have been a better idea to mix all this and then spread it on, but you know, hindsight, whatever. Just about like that. Maybe a little bit of black pepper, because we always season every layer of anything. A sandwich, a salad, baked brie, every layer. A little bit of kosher salt. I feel like she's ready. She's ready to be wrapped. Okay, so you just need a can of crescent rolls. You can see I just have a pie dish here. Whatever small little baking dish that'll fit your brie, grab that. Preferably one you can serve it out of as well and not have to move it. Okay, I'm just gonna unroll this. You wanna work with cold dough too, so keep this in your refrigerator until the last second, honestly. Carefully unroll. And the first thing we're gonna do is take your sheet just like this. You're gonna just cover your brie like so. Pick up your brie and tuck it underneath. You can see how I'm doing this. You can even stretch it, get it all to connect. Just press it down. Gorgina. Okay, next we are going to do an egg wash. An egg wash is literally just a beaten egg with a tablespoon of water, and it's gonna give this brie a really beautiful brown crust while we're baking. And then while this is baking, that's when we're gonna make our garlic butter. Okay, so we're gonna do our egg wash real quick. I'm putting in a tablespoon of water. We're gonna crack our egg straight into our, oh my God. So I really am so, she can make a 16-foot cheese board, but cannot crack an egg. Gonna whisk her up. And then we're going to baste her on. Here we go. Little egg wash situation. You wanna make sure you're not only just covering the top of the brie, but you wanna get the sides of the brie, because this is what's gonna be browned and beautiful. This is going into the oven for about 20 minutes, but keep a close eye on it. If it starts to brown too much, just throw a sheet of foil over there to keep it from burning. So while our baked brie is, well, baking, we're gonna make the garlic butter for that. So the first thing that I want you to do is grab some fresh parsley. You could also use dried if you don't have that, but I love using fresh, especially not only just for the color, but you really get that on the palate. So I'm gonna get about a tablespoon or so of fresh parsley. We're just gonna chop it up coarsely, and then we're gonna melt some butter. We are just going to chop up our gorgeous fresh parsley. I do love the smell. If you are using dried, you wanna use a little bit less though, because it is more concentrated and more potent. Next up, we're gonna grate a ton of Parmesan. I don't know if I can cuss on my own channel, but here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and just grate my Parmesan directly into the bowl that has the rest of my garlic. We're gonna do anywhere like half a cup to a full cup. We're probably not gonna need all of this, but then you can save this garlic butter and make actual garlic bread later in the week or in the month. I think compound butter lasts for about a month. My hands are cramping up. I'm like, talk about, you know, I always talk about cocktail cardio. What about cheese cardio? That should be my merch line. There it is right there, cocktail cardio, cheese cardio. So, garlic, parm, delicious. Let's go ahead and put our parsley in here. Get all of this deliciousness. Okay, let's go ahead and melt the rest of our butter. Again, I am absolutely, completely winging this. I don't know, let's say, what does this look like to you? It's giving 4 tablespoons, okay? We're just gonna nuke this for a second and mix it all together. Okay, time for the garlic butter. We have our freshly grated Parmesan, we have our parsley, we have, what else do I have in here? A ton of garlic. Now we're gonna pour our melted butter over the top here. Yes, ma'am. Okay, next up, just a tiny bit of kosher salt, a lot of freshly cracked black pepper, a little bit of garlic, granulated. So now I am mixing up. I mean, do you see just how luscious and thick? Do you just, This may not be dessert, but like it also is, you know what I mean? Beautiful. Now we're gonna baste this over our perfectly cooked Crescent garlic baked brie. So now we've taken our brie. Do you see just how perfectly golden, buttery, beautiful it is? We're about to make it even more buttery, more garlicky, more delicious. Like I said, you can save this garlic because it will come back together when it gets like colder and more towards room temp. But for now, this is what we're gonna do. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. My life's best work right here, okay. But the real test is gonna be when we cut into this bad boy. We do the little cheese pull. Let's give it a go. I mean, did you see the cheese pull? Guys, I just took a bite of this. It's everything I wanted it to be. It's everything that you're gonna want this to be. Trust me, it is fabulous. If you like this recipe, I have a lot more where this came from. Make sure that you're subscribed, not only to this channel, but also to my newsletter that I just started doing in October. It comes out once a month. It'll have recipes like this and many, many others that are savable, printable, and ready for you to make something really delicious. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Why is this so funny to me? No, I can't hear it. Okay, almost done. This is the part, man, I should have made a cocktail to go along with this. This is taking too long.